I am travelling from London to Lapland without flying.
On the way, I'm visiting Germany's best Christmas markets, taking the train through Scandinavia, boarding a ferry across the Baltic Sea, and taking the Santa Claus Express in search of Father Christmas himself. In this episode, I'm exploring Rovaniemi on a budget and trying to find Santa, but I make a few mistakes on the way.
I've missed it.
Here's what happened.
Welcome to Rovaniemi, the home of Santa Claus in Finnish Lapland. Just arrived here on the night train from Helsinki. I've got a full video about that if you want to check that out. And now I'm just walking from the station to find my guest house. Now, unlike most people who visit Rovaniemi, I'm here as a solo traveller and I'm also trying to visit on a pretty tight budget. So over the next 2 days, I'm going to be documenting everything I see and do in Rovaniemi and exactly how much I spend. It's just gone 8 AM and the sun won't rise properly for a few hours, but you can see the glow on the horizon there. I think this time of year there's about 3 hours of daylight, like proper daylight, but then you do have this weird like glow for a few hours as well on like either side of sunrise and sunset. So I think where I'm staying is just up here on the left. Hopefully this building right here. This was the cheapest place that I could find in Rovaniemi for these dates, and it was £75 for one night. Wow, look at this. It's still at least an hour before the sun comes up, but there's this incredible glow. Oh. This is why I genuinely love coming to these like proper cold, dark places in the winter months. You get so many little moments of magic. Rovaniemi is icy this morning. I've already fallen over once, literally. I think you just caught that as well. I've fallen over once, I've nearly fallen over twice. I think it would be sensible to put the camera away while I'm walking and focus on staying balanced. I also have already seen one car kind of screech as it was braking and skid a bit, so if you are coming to Rovaniemi in the winter and you are renting a car, be really careful. This is the Snow Glow Winter Park, the entrance to it at least. And this is something that always comes up when you look for things to do in Rovaniemi. I was looking at it, but it's €28 for entry alone. And I think it's more like kid-friendly things to do. So I don't think I'll be going. Right now, I'm looking for a cafe. This bit is all gritted, thankfully. So this is the main street. Look how festive it looks. Minus 11 degrees now, so it's 1 degree warmer. I think this is the city centre ice rink, although that lady who did look like she knew what she was doing just walked across it. And here is the Santa Claus city office, so he's usually up at Santa Claus Village, which I'm going to go to tomorrow, but sometimes he's at his city office as well. Depends what admin duties he's got to do, I guess. And just behind is the coffee house where I'm hopefully going to get some coffee and warm up. Right, so the cafe I've come to is just called Coffee House and it's just right in the centre of Rovaniemi. I've got an oat cappuccino and a warm cinnamon bun. And it cost me a total of €8.70, which is about the same, maybe even a little bit less than I was paying in Helsinki. It's only minus 11 degrees now. Balmy. Now, I am going to see Santa tomorrow. Well, there are people in there though. I think they're elves. But this is where you can come and see him if you do want to see him in the city centre. And it is open now. Oh, he's in there. I can see him. There is an Irish pub.
If you want to see more content from me, then I post daily videos on Instagram and TikTok from my travels. I've just come down to the main river and I fell over again. Smacked both my knees. I'm okay, but definitely need to be careful if you're here in the winter months. It's particularly icy today. I think it was all slushy and then it got really cold, so it all like froze over, and it's not like fresh snow, it's just ice. Anyway, this is the main river of Rovaniemi, and I mean, this is looking beautifully snowy. I'm in a couple of Lapland Facebook groups, and the snow this year is not as deep as a lot of people were hoping. I'm not personally doing any like sledging or snowmobiling or anything like that, so the amount of snow doesn't really affect my trip, but I know it is impacting some people's. It's just December, I think, really. You're never guaranteed snow in December. You usually have it, but it varies on how deep it is. I think January, February are really the best times to come for that like pure winter wonderland experience. This is pure ice. Like, that is just ice. I can see the sun. Oh, for God's sake. Third time I've fallen over. Up here is the Angry Birds Park, and that is a free kids like play area. Some of the installations may be snow themed. And this is the Church of Rovaniemi. I did see on Google reviews that it's quite often not open, but let's see if it is today. Church entrance up the stairs. That doesn't look very open, does it? So this is a lake, but obviously it's completely frozen and covered in snow. Wild. Also, it's now, what time is it? 11:30, and that's where the sun is. It sets again at just before 2, like 1:45, I think. So I don't know where it actually goes. Like, obviously that's east, but it's not going to go all the way over there, is it, in that time? We shall see. Right, I am going to walk to a museum now, which is a half-hour walk away, and spend some time in there being warm. This is magical, like, especially the sunrise just happening behind me, and just, yeah, sort of waddling around like a penguin. And all the snow, like, it's not super thick snow, but there is snow still, like it's still a winter wonderland. So this is absolutely lovely, but it is cold and icy as well. If you're visiting Lapland and you're unsteady on your feet, you do need to be quite careful. But I'm going to walk back this way, head to this museum, and yeah, spend some time inside. No word of a lie, I have fallen over 4 times since I've been walking about. No, nothing serious, but it is icy. Right, I've just come to Articium, I believe it's called, and this is a museum all about the nature and culture of the Arctic region of Finland. There are actually 3 museums in Rovaniemi. One is also right in front of me. This is called Pilkei, which is largely about trees in Finland, I think. And there's another like art gallery as well, and you can buy a combo ticket for all 3, but I think I only really want to go to Articium, so I will probably just get the 1 ticket for here.
Thank you.
That's okay. Got it.
€ for a buffet, so I can go up and get something if I want. I figured if I make this my big meal today, and then I'll just get something small a bit later on. So I'm out of the museum. The sun has set somewhere in front of me. Oh, need to be careful not to fall. My eyelashes, when I was out and about earlier, I think my mascara froze, and then when I went in, it started melting, so mascara was just coming down my face. Looked like I'd just been like bawling. Still very cold, but the museum was good. Interesting look at Arctic culture, which, I mean, I knew most of it already from being in Norway. It's similar culture, and then I learned quite a lot about, there was a few exhibitions on like the Winter War between Finland and Russia, and other little snippets of history. So it was very interesting, and it's a good way to learn a bit more about the place that you're in. And then the buffet was good as well. That was surprisingly good, actually. They had tofu ham, like vegetarian, but tofu ham, and then a root vegetable casserole, and the flavourings were all really rich. So I do recommend that. It cost €15. That is all you can eat, although I only had one plate. But it was a big meal, so I don't really feel like I need a big dinner. When you're talking about dinner, it's only like 2:20. But I am going to walk to my hotel now, check into my room, and then I do have another activity scheduled for later this afternoon, but I'll tell you about that when I'm back at the hotel. This here is Kurundi, which is the art museum. I mentioned earlier that there were 3 museums, and you can get a ticket for all 3 of them, and usually it costs €25. They are actually doing some work to Arcticum at the moment, so tickets were cheaper, so I don't know at the moment if that's as good a deal. But anyway, Kurundi is the House of Culture, and it's largely home to local artwork from the region. And I think there's also a small opera house in there as well. I'm not personally really an art gallery person, but if you are, it could be worth checking out. It's now 2 hours after official sunset time, and there's still like this glow on the horizon. It is dark now, but there's still that glow. And this happened as well this morning, so I could see this glow from, actually even when I left the train station at 8, I could see a faint glow on the horizon, and then obviously it just got stronger and stronger, and then the sun didn't come up until 11:30. So I've come back to my guest house, and I am all checked into my hotel room now. The guest house does not have a 24/7 reception, so it is self-check-in outside of these hours, but because I came here originally this morning, I actually got my key then, but the room wasn't ready, so I was able to let myself in. It was a bit of a stiff door, but I got in the end. And let me show you around. So this was by far the cheapest room available in Rovaniemi for tonight. I booked it maybe 3 or 4 months ago. There wasn't really anything else under £100. This was £75, so it was substantially cheaper, and it has good reviews. It is basic, it's a 2-star property, but all of the reviews said it was clean, so the staff were helpful, so that's all you need really, isn't it? So let me show you around. So this is the room, very small, but it's pretty cozy to be honest. So we've just got a chair here, and then a desk here. I've been doing some work, and then a single bed. The bed is very narrow. It is narrower than a normal single bed, but comfiness wise it feels fine. And then I've got an ensuite bathroom, which just has toilet, sink, and oh, I hate it when I have to undo the bathroom curtain. That's right, it's and got a shower, shampoo and conditioner, and it is very, very clean. The other great reason about booking this hotel is that there is a full kitchen downstairs which I can use. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out in a bit to this mysterious activity, and then I'm going to come back. I've got to get an Uber to and from this activity anyway, so I'm going to get an Uber to the shop, buy something there to make for dinner, like maybe some pasta or something, and then just cook it and yeah, have it here. That's a great way to save money in Lapland. I am off for my second sauna session in 2 days.
I did want to do another sauna while I'm here because I love a good sauna, and when you're in Finland you've got to do as many as possible. So I have found somewhere that costs €26 for an hour and a half long sauna session. So I'm just about to take a Bolt taxi there now. Hi! I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt it. Ooh.
Is the camera with you?
Yeah.
I can take pictures of you.
Is that alright? It's videoing. Thank you.
I want to keep my gloves on, so be careful if it's slippery. Okay.
And if I'm doing it, I'm getting it on video.
Of course you're doing it. No, it's a pump.
Okay.
I'll show you quickly how. If I get my light on.
Oh.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. Oh wow! Don't wet your head. Just enjoy there. Count to 5 or 10 or 50.
Okay.
Wow!
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, now I feel the cold.
But soon you will just smile and because
Yeah.
it goes away.
Ooh, thank
All right,
you.
you're welcome.
Oh, okay. Actually, not that bad. That finished my sauna experience, and now I'm just having a gloogie. Ooh, zesty. That's really nice. Apparently it's got limoncello in it. And I'm just round by the campfire. Super scenic. Right, good morning. It is my last day in Lapland, my last day of this whole trip. So the plan today is I have a husky visit booked at midday. I'm going to try and see Santa before then. I've heard that he might be in the city centre at the moment. And then I'm just exploring Santa Claus Village, crossing the Arctic Circle and all sorts of other stuff before I head to the airport and get my flight. Better get a wiggle on. Let's go. Oh, I just put all my layers on, so if you want to see how to get dressed for Rovaniemi, let me show you. So this is what I'm wearing for one day in Rovaniemi. It's actually not that cold today. It's only about -3. It was -12 yesterday, and I was wearing pretty much the same clothes and I did get cold. So right now I'm just wearing a base layer. So running leggings and just a crop top. And then I'm gonna put on this merino wool top. I had this for hiking Everest Base Camp last year, and it did keep me nice and warm. Then this is my kind of outer layer. Because I've been travelling all over Europe, I haven't been able to carry like ski trousers or any kind of proper like waterproof snow trousers with me. So these were a bit cold for yesterday, and I would recommend them if you can bring them, but these were okay. Now I'm going to put on this jumper. This is also a thermal jumper, and this is really cosy for the cold weather. I've still got to sort my bag out before I leave, but I will show you everything else quickly. So my last little bits are my hat. This is really important. This is a buff, and it really keeps the wind chill off your face. So you wear it like this, and then you can also pull it down if you want. And of course, I do recommend thick gloves in this, especially if it is the same weather as it was yesterday, as in -13. But I need to use my phone and my camera a lot, so I do end up taking them off quite a lot. And lastly, this coat is from Mountain Warehouse, and it is so warm. And don't do what I did and go outside and forget to zip it up. Actually, that was second to last, because lastly, boots. These are snow boots that I got from Decathlon last year, and they're super waterproof. Ready to go. It's supposed to be 10 degrees warmer today than yesterday. I'm not gonna lie,
still feels quite cold. I don't have my gloves on. My fingers are cold, but not like they're not burning already, which they probably were doing if I didn't wear them yesterday. It is not sunrise yet, but you can see the morning glow. So beautiful. And I think it snowed overnight. In fact, I think it might be snowing a little bit right now. But this looks like fresh snow, doesn't it? There's a lot of chat about the lack of snow in Rovaniemi this year. There's definitely less snow than there has been in other years. I think last year was particularly good December for snow. I remember it was when I was in the Baltic countries and Helsinki, and it was super snowy there, so it must have been even more so here. But that doesn't mean that it's not a winter wonderland. Like, there's a chance that some activities requiring deep snow might get cancelled, but it's still amazing. Like, you can't attach too much emotion to there being thick snow, in my opinion. I think Santa is in his city centre office again today. I think I'm going to visit him in here because I feel like at Santa Claus Village today he might be quite big. I tried to go in and they said it was closed, even though it said online it opens at 9. So yeah, I don't know, maybe Santa's not there at the moment, so I guess I'll have to try my luck at Santa Claus Village and see if I can find him there. I have just come in for my staple cinnamon bun and oat cappuccino. It is my last day in Finland, so I feel like this is allowed. It does look like Santa is receiving visitors now, but there is quite a big queue, and I do need to get to Santa Claus Village to see the huskies, so I think I will see if he is at his office in Santa Claus Village later. So let's try and work out these buses to Santa Claus Village. Hi, just one to Santa Claus Village, please. Thank you. I made it! I thought I was going to miss the bus because I couldn't find the bus stop in town, even though there was actually loads of them. And then I went to the bus station thinking that the bus would leave from there. It actually leaves from the railway station. So I got to the railway station and I got there like a few minutes after the bus was scheduled to leave, but it was still there. So I made it. I was the last person on the bus. Bus cost €3.50. It does take a bit of a while, probably took about 45 minutes with all the stops, even though it's only about a 10-15 minute drive. So I am just boosting off to go see the huskies now because I've got an appointment at 12, so I should get there bang on, and then I will have a proper look around after that. I've made it into the husky park. I didn't need to rush actually because I've got a ticket here which lasts for the whole day apparently. This was €15 and I'll include a link to it in my blog post which will be in the description. Look at all the huskies! This one is very excited. I think he wants to... You want to play, don't you? Yes. Hello. So the sun is setting just over there and it's just before 1 p.m. Right, that was really nice to see the huskies. Some of them were quite excited. I think some were jealous that they weren't out doing the husky rides. And they were so excited when they actually started doing the husky rides. Annoyingly, I fell over for the 5th and 6th time on this trip and I got some snow in my phone charging socket, so that's currently drying. But obviously all of my, you don't realise how much you use your phone, obviously all my details are on it for getting my flight later and everything, so hopefully that'll be alright. But I'm just kind of putting it in my pocket and just filming on my camera. Shall I go and see what the availability is like to see Santa? I feel like I am entering it at peak time now, so let's go and see. Right, Santa is here. One of the really cool things about Santa Claus Village is that it's actually right at the bottom of the Arctic Circle, so you do cross into the Arctic while you're here. And I can't remember which side. Like, am I in the Arctic Circle now, or am I now? I think I probably am now. The camera is up here, so there is a live webcam that you can go onto and wave, get your loved ones to go on it and wave to them. Here is the Office of Santa. I'm just going to go to the information centre now and ask them what time the buses are, because yeah, my phone's on flight mode so it's probably easier if I just see if they've got a timetable, and then I'll decide what to do. I'm debating whether I want to see Santa. I saw him through a window yesterday. Right, I have about 3.5 hours, so plenty of time actually, and crisis averted. I was able to go to the information point here and print my boarding pass and also get the bus times, which I've written down on paper. So hopefully in an hour or so my phone will be able to charge again, but it's just running low on battery, so I don't want to leave anything up to chances. But this is how we used to travel, isn't it? Right. I think because I have got 3.5 hours, I might go and see what the times are like for seeing Santa. You have to queue here to get a time slot, and then you have to queue, I think it said it was about an hour's wait. I've missed it! So I did want to get the 5:15 bus, which does leave me with loads of time at the airport, but I'm an early airport person. It's 1:45 now, but the next available time to get in to see Santa Claus is 4:15, and it's an hour's wait inside, so I would be, yeah, seeing Santa around the time I wanted to get the bus. It's a bit of a shame, but I did already see Santa through the window, and while it would be nice to get my picture with him, maybe I should not hog up the queue for kids who it's much more magical for. It's not quite the same when you're on your own as well. Like, I obviously love solo travel, but some experiences are better shared. So I think I will be giving that one a miss. It's a shame I wasn't able to see him in town, actually, because there wasn't really a queue in town at all. So that is a good thing to remember if you are visiting Rovaniemi, that you can see Santa in town as well. I am hungry, and while I might not be able to go and see Santa, I can go to Santa's Burgers and Pizzas. I've just finished filming a full tour of Santa Claus's Village. It's going to go live probably on Christmas Eve, so if you want to see more of what Santa Claus Village is like, or just want to get into the Christmas vibes, then make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that one. I'm right by the Husky Park again, because that's where I ended this little tour. I'm going to head back to the main Santa Claus's Village area, and I think it is time for a glug. Also, it's snowing. Beautiful. Grab a mulled wine from here. A gloggy, I should say. Right, let's attempt this. Never got a notification saying my phone was now safe to use, but I turned it off and on, and the notice saying there's liquid or debris in my charging port has gone. So hopefully it'll be alright. Here goes nothing. Okay, it's charging. It's on 12%, but it's charging. It's on flight mode, right. I'll leave that to charge for a bit and hopefully that's all okay. What time are we on? I've got an hour until my bus leaves. I think that's a good time. I don't think if you're visiting with kids and doing loads of activities, obviously it will need longer, but if you're just visiting as an adult and just having a little mooch around like I am, you don't need this long, but I have used this time because I've been filming and I still need to do a little bit of short form video filming, so it's a good amount of time for me. Drink my very expensive water. Tastes like Christmas. Bye Santa! I'm going to take the bus to the airport now. Now, it's 3 kilometres, the bus is €80. Not cheap at all, but it is cheaper than getting a taxi, at least for one person. I think I can go through this way. They didn't have that many food options at Rovaniemi Airport, and especially not vegetarian options, so I am on my second burger of the day. It does look quite good, it's a smoked tofu burger. So I'm going to finish this video now because I am getting on my flight in about 2.5 hours. It has been so magical exploring Rovaniemi and Finnish Lapland. I highly recommend it. I definitely want to come back and go a bit further north. My tour of Santa Claus Village will be up soon as well, so do subscribe if you don't want to miss that. If you're sticking around, I recommend this video, which is all about how I arrived in Rovaniemi. I've also got an entire overlanding to see Santa Claus Christmas series that you can watch, so do check all of that out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.